All right, hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Andrea Speaks TV. I'm your host, Andrea, back to bring you news and commentary you can use. Listen, y'all, this video, I got to know your thoughts on, okay? So make sure you watch this video in its entirety and leave a comment or two below. I want to know your thoughts. Listen, y'all, we got to talk about this, okay? You know, this is an election year, presidential election year here in the United States. Listen, y'all, I have some information that ties in with the migrant crisis, and I want to know your thoughts, okay? According to my sources, the House, okay, the U.S. House of Representatives in Congress has passed a bill requiring proof of citizenship to vote, and it is what is now being considered boosting election year talking point, okay? It's a election year talking point. Listen to this, y'all, okay? According to my sources, the House on Wednesday, okay, passed a proof of citizenship requirement for voter registration, a proposal that Republicans have prioritized as an election year talking point, even as research shows that non-citizens are, how do I want to say this? Because this platform, y'all already know, right? They are not following the law, okay, as far as registering. If I use that term that starts ill, for some reason this platform doesn't like that word, okay? So I had to think of another word or phrase that meant the same thing, okay? So let me say that again just so you can understand it, okay? The House on Wednesday has passed a proof of citizenship requirement for voter registration, a proposal, okay, Republicans have prioritized as an election year talking point, even as research shows that non-citizens are not following the law, okay, when it comes to registering and casting ballots in federal elections, okay, is exceptionally rare is what they're saying, okay? Now, the legislation approved largely along partisan lines, but with five Democrats voting in favor, is unlikely, they're saying, to advance through the Democratic-led Senate. Okay, I want to know your thoughts. Do you feel like this is a real solution? You know, back in 2020, there were several talks. Okay, this was a big thing as far as election interference and election fraud. Basically, it seemed like what it was. And so, do you feel like this is one possible solution if it were to continue to pass through the Senate, which now my sources are saying is a Democratic-led Senate, and it is very unlikely to pass because of that reason? Do you feel like this could have been a possible solution to help curb some of those who are not following the law as it relates to that? Okay, listen, y'all. Now, the Biden administration, my sources also says it strongly opposed because they're saying that there are already safeguards to enforce the law against non-citizen voting. Okay, still, the House vote will give Republicans an opportunity to bring attention to two of their central issues this year: border and election security. Okay, so the question I'm asking again, by passing, okay, in the House, by them passing this bill to require proof of citizenship, is this a real solution? Is this the right thing to do as it relates to election security and election integrity? Okay, I want to know your thoughts. Okay, now, also the article says that it provides an opportunity to fuel what they're saying former President Donald Trump's claims that Democrats have encouraged a surge of migrants so they can register them to vote. Okay, what are your thoughts on that as well? Which would be against the law. Okay. Now, they're also saying that non-citizens are not allowed to vote in federal elections, nor is it allowed for any statewide elections. Okay, research and audits in several states, according to my sources, show there have been incidences of non-citizens who have successfully registered to vote, y'all, and cast ballots. Okay, but my sources say it happens rarely and is typically by mistake. Okay, why aren't there more controls put into place to catch that? Okay, states have mechanisms to check for it, although there isn't one standard protocol they all follow. Okay, Republican House Speaker Mike Johnson, a key backer of the bill, said in a news conference earlier this week that the Democratic opposition means many Democrats, and I quote, want those who enter without following the law to participate in our federal elections, they want them to vote. What are your thoughts on that? Okay. During a speech on Wednesday, he called the vote a, and I quote, generation defining moment. Okay. Let me know your thoughts on this. This is very concerning that this is happening. The article also goes on to share that on the Truth Social platform this week, former President Trump suggested that Democrats are pushing to give non-citizen migrants the right to vote and urged Republicans to pass legislation, the Safeguard American Voter Eligibility Act, or, this is what he said, y'all, and I quote, go home and cry yourself to sleep. Okay, let me know if you think this is a real solution. What do you think should be done? Can you believe this is happening, y'all? It's very concerning, the direction that our country seems to be headed. What do you think is the solution, and what do you think is really going on? Okay, thank you all so much for supporting me here on the channel. If you happen to have found my video and you like the content on the channel, I invite you to subscribe to the channel, join our community. Thank you so much for supporting me here on Andrea Speaks TV.